Fanboys and felons, welcome back to Vanguards. Now, in the last video, as you might have seen, I did end up getting 0.005% Rukia Vanguard unit and then evolving her and also obtaining her card. Now, the one thing I didn't do is actually finish the rest of the update, which is what we will be aiming for here, including the god-awful grind that is the Benimaru world lines. But anyway, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like to see. It really helps out the channel a lot. And then, yeah, let's get rocking. All right, well, you're gonna have to excuse me because I got some crazy allergies going on right now. I can't even lie. But we are finally here, floor 50. I don't even know how long this has taken me. Either way, Benimaru is just the first step, although I do obviously have, thankfully, shiny of every single other unit. So, I got that going for me. I just have to then probably evolve their Memorias and then get enough kills on everybody so I can evolve them too, which is obviously definitely a process, but we'll get it done. We'll get it done. Honestly, for the most part, what I ended up doing was just placing Jinmu first after all the farms, just so he can get rid of like the first few, and then when I have enough to place Broly, I would just place Broly and max him out because he's cracked, dude. Like I don't know what the hell they fed Broly. I know he's definitely not the obviously best unit in the game, but like he's just still so absolutely cracked, man. I personally think that this grind, like for the world lines, wouldn't be too bad if the matches were a lot shorter. I'm talking like 2.5 minutes at most, but the fact that they are what, like almost 4 minutes, you can really feel that that timer, and it's not moving, and it's terrible. There we go, we got him, Benimaru. All right, let's go keep this ball rolling. Okay, so I got a little bit of a predicament here. I do have, obviously, like I said, I have everyone, and I do have them shiny. However, I don't know if I actually want to try and farm up their kills a little bit and potentially get better stats, or if I just want to just YOLO roll some decent stats. I believe none of them are actually good, so honestly, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so double checking on the wiki here. Looks like only Urza and Benimaru are honestly the only useful ones, so I'm at least gonna focus up on them, try to give them decent stats. I genuinely don't know what trait we want on him. I'm just gonna go for like a quick blitz at least. I'm probably gonna do that with everyone because frankly I don't care, and I still don't have Monarch on Rukia, so that's pretty tragic. Yeah, you know what? We're either gonna keep Blitz or Monarch. I mean, not Monarch, Marksman. Who am I missing? Aokiji. What can we get on Aokiji? Yeah, Marksman. There we go. Should have. What are we missing? Am I tweaking? Yeah, the guy from. I forgot where he's from. I deadass forgot. Shangri-La. There we go. Okay, that guy. Okay. I'm gonna wait till I evolve everyone. I just want to make sure that I at least get, you know, a decent trait on Urza, and then I'm gonna dump the rest on Rukia because I seriously can't let that shit slide. I genuinely can't believe I got shafted like that. Let's roll on Benimaru first. Again, looking for something just okay. I frankly don't care about any like crazy stats. If he ends up being insane, then I'm just gonna chase stats after him, but I highly doubt like he's in the upper meta to the point where I won't even care about him. Okay, so we got an S. Z. Okay, never mind. That'll definitely turn into a Z+, and then let me see if I have any stats that I can just transfer to him. Okay, well I have these stats from Guts. I never ended up evolving Guts, and you know what? We'll just give it to Benimaru. Why not? Yep, there we go. Okay, so at least he'll have full Z pluses. So do I need any kill requirements for any of these characters? Oh, okay. Benimaru straight up doesn't even evolve. Okay, so it's okay. I'm content with just these. I really don't care. I guess we should move on to Mirko here. Some A's would be great. You know, I wouldn't complain about those. Okay, we got a Z stat. So let's go ahead and just grab someone else and probably roll on them. Oh, my God. We a godly SPA. There we go. Okay, we got the last one there. Unfortunately, we got it on my Ragnar that has solar, but I don't ever use them, so frankly, I don't care. I like how I said I wasn't gonna chase for stats yet. Here I am trying to get Z's for everyone. That's probably gonna be a waste in the future, or it'll be an investment because once I'm done showcasing these units, after I evolve them, they're gonna have Z pluses. So I can give someone full Z pluses. So that no. It's an investment. It's an investment. I promise I'm not trying to cope here. I believe now I need to evolve everyone, and then I should be able to claim Urza. So we'll start with Mirko. Yeah, like I said. Okay, so I don't need any, like, takedown requirements. Holy crap, dude. All these units are expensive. Am I going to be able to evolve everyone? What do you mean 30 pink essences? Jesus, I only have 44. Yeah, sure. Let's just see what... let's just see how far we can get, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Aokiji, we can just... Yeah, we'll quick craft that. And now I'm short on green essences. I was not aware that these evolutions were just flat out insane. I'm pretty sure I still have my daily as well. So there's that. Dude, this is just wicked work. Oh my god. Should be able to evolve Aokiji here because I have some more in the shop, so there we go. Okay, so what do you need? You need more green essences, and then more yellows. Okay. So, am I able to break down... I am. No, wait. No, I can't. Dismantle. Oh, no, I can't. Hold on. Okay, so I get 15 every time I dismantle a rainbow one. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, let's go ahead and max out those, and then... Go back here. Go to you. Quick craft. And then what are we missing? Nothing. Okay, awesome. Sweet. We need to evolve Urza. And then the rest. Okay, but I believe we should be able to... Wait, what? Oh, okay, I was about to crash the hell out. Okay, so... The mission itself is bugged, but... as soon as you evolve everyone, she drops in your inventory. I was genuinely about to geek the Yeah, let's go ahead and just give her some stats. So, honestly, someone's got to go here. So, let's see. So, turns out Yamamoto is not in the top meta anymore. I think it's bro's time. Or Frieza. You know what? No. Okay, so... Unlike Frieza, Yamamoto has a chance to actually be really, really useful in the future. I will never use Frieza, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sacrifice him instead. All right, there she is. So let's transfer every single stat here from Frieza. Unfortunately, I will lose Deadeye from Frieza, but whatever, it is what it is. And then Armored Mage, finish. And then, yep, I don't need... It doesn't have any other requirement, although I do not have enough essences here, so we're going to have to dismantle more rainbows. So, let's go... Like 30, yeah. 30 seems legit. Alright, a lot of running around, but we got it. So, there she is. Boom. She... Yeah, they cooked. I mean, obviously she's missing her signature red hair, but I still think her whole unit looks beautiful. They definitely cooked with this one. So let's go ahead and give her a trait. Not sure what trait she wants, but again, I'm just gonna go for like a marksman. Yeah, there we go. And then this is where it matters. We got 59 more rolls for Rukia. I had mentioned before that I don't mind if I have to keep Ethereal. At least her passive makes it so Ethereal is viable. I'm literally only asking for Ethereal. They don't have to fucking give me Monarch. I'm 700 deep, bro. Let's go. Come on. Come on, Ethereal. Solar, man. Get the hell out of here. Bro, please. Please let this be the video. Please, bro. This game's fuck. I almost totally forgot about Memorias. I genuinely forgot you actually have to evolve them. So, let's grab Benimaru's Memoria. What do we want? Like, I don't even know what his Memoria does. Let me read it real quick. So, what do we want? We could go for... Contagious would be a move, low-key. Because of that DOT damage. Honestly, any rainbow trait. Yeah, like, literally any rainbow trait would actually do really good. Oh! Yeah, okay, we got the one we wanted. That's great. Alright, yep. 30% more DOT damage. That sounds insane. Alright, I did already roll, on Urza's, so there's that. I guess we should roll, what, like a, I don't know, like a normal, decent one. Marksman, yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and go with Marksman there. Probably Marksman here, too, would be fine. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Marksman, and then... King of the Trash. So again, another Marksman, and we're set. We're golden. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I have not actually read what any of those Memorias do, but I'll just wait until I evolve them. So, what are the requirements to evolve these? So,
eventually.
All right. So we are here. I'm gonna be honest, the only Memorias I maxed out were the ones for Urza and Benimaru, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with Benimaru. So Benimaru has 3 passes. Master of the Broom. Every attack makes a broom appear behind this unit up to 5. Selling this unit will have 1 or more brooms. Instead, will shoot all the brooms, each doing 80% of this unit's damage, inflicting Scorch and a small AoE. He also has Best of Both Generations. He applies Burn for 50% of his damage for 8 seconds. And then when attacking enemy with Burn, inflicts that, and that stays so long as the enemy has Burn applied. And then when an enemy has that applied, a Burn tick occurs. That tick also damages up to 3 enemies in a small range. So he's really good for crowd control. And then he obviously has Master of Flames, which anytime this unit damages an enemy with that, inflicts Nullify. And then whenever he launches a broom, buff damage by 2% up to 50%, which is part of his Memoria, which is all that. But let's go ahead and see his maxed out. So 180k every 5 seconds, and we gotta think about the fact that he is applying Burn, and you can place 3 of them. So that whole crowd control passive thing that he has will really come in clutch. So he'll be really good for like breaking shields and stuff. So I mean, you almost have to almost run him. I can understand why they have him so high up in the wiki, especially for, I believe it was like, I want to say it was a support, not damage, but either way, I think he's doing some pretty respectable damage. Let's go ahead and move on to Urza. Urza's like one of the more interesting ones here, because she has, okay, let's first start off with the passive. So anytime this unit moves locations, buff damage by 50% for 30 seconds. And by move locations, I'll show you why. Anytime this unit buffs an ally, apply this buff for self for 30 seconds after expiration. If this unit is being buffed, it bypasses damage reduction. And then re-equip, which is her meter, gain 15% meter per attack. Once it's at 100%, she can switch between 3 forms. And then Burning Heart, anytime this meter is spent, inflict bleed to all enemies in range for 10 seconds. For 10% of this unit's damage for 8 seconds, I mean. And then when there's an enemy inflicted with a DOT inside this unit's range, generate double meter on attack. So she has a lot of utility. And then her Memoria just straight up adds onto this. Like, refunds 30% the meter, and then when this unit's buff expires on an ally, buff is reapplied for the same duration. This is where it really matters. So she has 3 forms. The Valkyrie, she gains Cosmic. First attack, when swapping to this form, she teleports to the unit to the furthest enemy on the track. So remember how that passive really talked about buffing her. when she teleports. This plays into it pretty much. And then she has Duelist, which in my opinion is the best one. Gains Curse. Attack in this form inflicts bleed equal to 40% for 8 seconds, and anytime it expires, apply Burn. So the synergy between her and Benimaru is real nice, because again, he applies a different DOT when an enemy is burning, so you almost want to like run them together. And then Vanguard, which is a really good one, she gains Passion, and then she buffs all allies in range by 50% damage and 20% range, and reduces cost by 10%. She does not deal any damage though, so she just stands by. So I will show each form. So this is her Valkyrie form. She looks really good in that form, actually. Let me place the other units. But as you can see here, she does have 106k, but she's not attacking, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now let's go ahead and switch to Duelist. She changes to like this ninja type thing, and she looks really, really good. This is the form that she's doing bleed. Notice her damage here, 462k, and she drops down to 444. So she's doing some pretty good damage, which you gotta obviously stack on top of that the fact that she is doing bleed in this form as well. So she's doing some stupid numbers. And then once the meter here fills up, I can show you that last form. But she's a really versatile unit. I believe she does have a place in the meta. So I mean, she's really good. So here's the Valkyrie form. Looks just phenomenal. She did teleport there, but I wanted to show. So she looks just absolutely stunning. And then she's doing 760k right there. So every 8 seconds, she's doing some pretty respectable damage here. So don't sleep on Urza. I encourage you to definitely get her, because she still has a lot of use. Let's go ahead and move on to the dude from Shangri-La here. I'm not even going to bother searching up his name. He is pretty okay. He dodges all attacks, so he's immune, which is nice. He has a base 50% critical chance, and then if a status effect or debuff is inflicted on this unit, gains 1 damage stack. At 30 damage stack, this unit sells itself, and then this unit's critical strikes bypass enemy damage reduction. So that he has that going on for him, which is really nice. And then he has Skill Garden, which you can pick 3 skills, which each and every skill actually does something different, and you can also combo them together. So I believe one of them, you're able to inflict a status effect, and then another one you're able to pair it up, and I believe you bypass damage reduction. So you either bypass damage reduction or I think it was like crit. I think it gives you more crit. So he's just a crit demon all around. And then for his Memoria, he does have this, which he gains 20% more yen when killing an enemy, and then it becomes 40% after Skill Garden is first used. So for him, you really got to max out those skills first, which takes a while, I'm not gonna lie. And then you can combo them together. So I see the vision for him. I do. I just don't think he'll be that useful. You know what I mean? Because like, if your whole thing is just doing damage and you don't have any other substance, you won't really last too long in the meta. So although while I think he has his uses, no. Let's move on to Aokiji here. So Aokiji, obviously, his whole thing is ice. So he freezes an enemy for 2 seconds, and whenever an enemy is frozen, follows up with attack 2 for 100% of this unit's damage, and it has a 10% cooldown, a 10-second cooldown, I mean. And then when an attacking enemy on freeze, lockout, apply wanted, which I think a bunch of units now apply wanted, which is actually the One Piece units. And then he has Destined Rivals, debuffs all allies in range by 5% SPA. When attacking an enemy inflicted with burn, does 50% more damage. And then when attacking an enemy on stun, lockout inflicts wanted as well. And then his Memoria here, which he has exclusive to him, is when attacking an enemy inflicted with wanted, follows up with attack 2 for 30% of this unit's damage. So I believe both his follow-ups do stack on top of each other. So effectively, you have either one time where he attacks 3 times, and then other than that, I think he almost constantly have double attacks. So he's look, he's inflicting freeze. Like, he's not here to do damage. I mean, obviously he's only doing 40k damage, but you really just want him for the freeze. So I think for what he does, he's okay. I still think this was unnecessary. The debuffing all of your allies, I really do think that was unnecessary, but I believe he does have his uses, so I wouldn't run him straight to the ground, you know. If you need a freeze unit, he's a really good option. And then finally, let's go ahead and move on to Mirko here. So she is doing 164k, and then passives, here we go. So anytime a status effect or debuff is inflicted to this unit, gains 50% more damage and loses 5% SPA, and then that does stack up to 4 times. And then alternatively, every 5 attacks gain a stack as well if no status effect or debuff has been inflicted. When 4 stacks are hit after 30 seconds, wipe all of her own buffs and cleanse all status effects and debuffs. So she's put in some work, I can't even lie. And then she has animalistic instincts, animalistic instinct sounds better though. Dodges all attacks, so she has stun immunity. When attacking a boss, follow up with attack 3. This follow-up counts as an attack for passive 1 and bypasses enemy damage reduction. So look, she's just pumping out numbers. So right now she's only at what, 164k, and then she's jumping, like she's jumping all the way there. And then I believe she has one more, so because I did see 400k there. So she's putting in some work. And then for her Memoria, exclusive to her, she does have Prey becomes Predator. Whenever this unit follows up with attack 3, move this unit to the nearest available position next to the track. So, hey, look. Again, all she's really doing is damage, but if numbers don't lie, she's putting in some pretty decent damage. So just pair this up with like a good trait, and I believe if you want a good nature damage dealer, like she's the one, honestly. Overall, I don't think these units are too bad. Definitely we have 2 major highlights here, that being Urza and Benimaru, for very obvious reasons. But yeah, I don't think the rest of the units were bad at all. I genuinely think Aokiji can be used. The other units are definitely just situational. They're 2 good nature like damage dealers. For the elemental trials or whatever it is now that they released, you know, you could definitely use them there. You know, if you don't have any other choice, like, you can definitely use them there, and they will probably clear for you. So overall, I think this batch of characters has definitely been one of the better batches, but yeah, I really wish these 2 at least were doing just a little bit more. Anyway, yeah, those are my overall thoughts. I'm honestly okay with these guys being just okay, because you still got to get them if you want Urza. So hey, it is what it is. Urza's really good. I'm definitely gonna probably try and chase a better trait on her. But anyway, yeah, that was a video.